This game sucks. Welcome to Dark Souls 2. Let's try to have some fun with it, okay? It's the worst Dark Souls game, literally. But we will make fun of it and have fun with it, okay?
You've seen it. Maybe.
None of these cutscenes mean anything. This game has an achievement for dying called Welcome to Dark Souls or something like that, or This is Dark Souls. Because they were like, dying in Dark Souls is so much fun, isn't it? That's the fun part of the game. But anyway, we start without the character creator for some weird reason. And look, we have stats. We have all these stats. One on everything, so I guess we're the deprived class. And we already have items. We already have all this armor. So it's just like, why? So where did we come from? The cursed souls who wander the lands have a strange way of ending up here. So we're just some guy who wandered in. I guess they wanted you to be the guy from the opening cinematic, and they just couldn't figure out a way to make it so that you are that guy, but also you'll get to be a created character. How about you just let me be a created character from the start? Because literally we just walk a few feet, and then we create our character anyway. So what's the big deal, Dark Souls 2? And also we don't get a weapon until we enter this shack. And also, touching that door does not open it. You have to open it once you're inside here, which is also weird. So I guess I have to use the keyboard for this. Well, what am I called? Who am I? I did not think about this at all. There you go. Perfect. It's the perfect name. Person. I'm the person who's a person.
This, you know.
Those old lady people are like, oh, you're gonna die a lot. Ha ha ha. That's pretty much it. And then look at all these shieldless classes, aka terrible. At least this one you get like a Pharos Lockstone. And a ring. You get a whole ring for this one. Do any of the others start with a ring? I don't think so. But then again, this guy has bad stats. What are those stats? Tell me the statuses. Adaptability. I guess that one's good. But only because they force you to level up adaptability pretty much. But anyway, let's just start as like a knight. Because we started Dark Souls 1 as a knight. And we're starting this one as a knight. I always go for petrified something because you can trade it in for a random item. And then you have to exit out of class and gift and then go over here to actually choose how you're built up. Last time I was a man, and this time I will also be a man. A man person. Of normal build. And average physique. Or at least average as far as this game is concerned. What wacky hairstyles can we do? There's the Virgil from Devil May Cry. There's the bowl cut. There's the you don't want that one haircut. There's the average cool guy haircut. There's the bowl. There's the Wakanda Forever haircut. There's the long, I suppose. And then there is the longer. I think I will go for the long for now. And then what wacky hairstyle will you go for? I think I'll actually go for a normal hairstyle. How wacky of me. So many weird eyebrows. I can never find the correct eyebrows. Anyway, eye color. Dark as my soul. Yes, I will make it dark as my soul. Beard? Sure. Man, that does not look natural. That looks more natural. Tattoo. Where does it go? Right on the face. There's the Erd tree. And then dragon. I suppose dragon is appropriate. Opacity, you want it to show up, at least. Maybe show up a little more. A little more. Okay. Tattoo color, dark as the night. Yeah, kind of like that. And then there's advanced, but who cares about advanced? I feel like we just made Jon Snow or something. Finalization of creation.
All people coming.
That was a funny way for that to cut off. What kind of sword do we have? We have a broadsword. How broad of me. How much damage is that? It is 157. I suppose that's okay. Two-handed. 157, I suppose. We will need as much help as we can through this game, so I might just go ahead and get all the items. This playthrough might be a lot longer than Dark Souls 1. That's not because I like the game more, that is because the game is a lot, it takes a lot longer to go through. It takes more out of you. See that? You roll, but nothing happens. You don't roll. You roll, but you don't roll. You roll, but you get hit. That's because in this game you have to upgrade adaptability. Because adaptability gives you more invincibility frames on your roll. It also makes it so that you use your Estus flask better, which by the way you might notice we don't have the Estus yet. That isn't necessarily terrible, but we get it from a the Estus is very much not as good in this game, for many reasons. And we will be getting to those reasons. So what could this ring be? It reduces enemy poise. Which apparently that's a thing. I suppose enemies stagger easier. But you might notice everything has a health bar, including our weapons and equipment. So, weapons at least, they degrade a lot faster. However, when you sleep at a bonfire, all of their stuff comes back. All of their, whatever it is, their degradation, it goes all the way back up to the top. So instead of needing the blacksmiths, you just need them for, like, repairing your weapons. So isn't that something? And I mean repairing as in only if they're broken weapons. So very much you don't need the blacksmiths nearly as much. in this game, if you could call it that. You might also notice that we start off as human. I mean, technically human. Here are some tutorial gates. You don't need to go through any of them, except that one. That one has an Estus shard in it, which you need to upgrade your Estus flask, so that you can carry more Estus with you. And then there are undead bone shards, and those upgrade your, how much the flask can heal you. So there your, oh, almost fell off there, thanks Dark Souls 2. So they're your Firekeeper's souls, pretty much, the undead bone shards. And the thing is, in this version of the game, they remixed all the locations of the Estus shards and the undead bone shards. So, even if you knew where all of them were in the original, you don't know where they are now. By the way, here is your level up lady. You have to go to her every time you want to level up in the entire game. Very annoying. Yes, now we can have the Estus flask. However, you will see that life gems are much more important than the Estus flask in this game, for some reason. Bearer.
Seek though, there's so once you so that
Bearer, seek, lest. You'll be hearing that a lot. Bearer, seek, lest. But anyway, we can upgrade something, and you should upgrade adaptability. It's stupid, but you have to upgrade it to like plus something. I'm gonna do plus 40 eventually, but it upgrades how fast you drink your Estus flask, and it upgrades your invincibility frames on a roll. So it's just too important to not upgrade. It might as well be required. Life gems. Stinky life gems. It's like they saw Demon Souls' version of healing, and they were like, let's do that again, even though it was terrible and awful. And nobody liked it. Look at all those deaths worldwide. 700 million. It's odd how they keep a death counter right there, isn't it? It's almost as if they're saying, hey, the deaths you have are important. Isn't death an important part of Dark Souls? Don't you like having the deaths shoved in your face? This guy is a Covenant man. However, he will not give you the Covenant until like 4 or 5 lines of dialogue in. 5 lines of dialogue. Now you can join the Covenant of the Way of the Blue. So Covenants in this game work a little different, I think. Like you have to join them and then wear the ring, and then you can do stuff online. So Covenant rings. The reason I get this one is because it increases your health a little bit. And you're gonna need that health bar as high as it can be, because the dodging does not always work. Somewhat because of ADP. We already have 12 life gems, which means 12 healing items, plus the Estus flask. And what's this? It's an Estus shard, which means we have even more healing already. At the beginning of the game. You can roll through the door like halfway through the opening animation to make it go faster. Here is a cat.
Undead, are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall. Not exactly.
It doesn't even animate when it's talking to you.
So. Ooh.
But anyway, you can abandon your covenants here. So casual about it. And then you have tons of rings. Ring of the Evil Eye. Absorb HP from defeated foes. Reduces damage from falling, which is... It means you can fall like slightly further. Which is almost never useful. Easier to be detected by enemies. Easier to connect to players who chose same covenant, pretty much. And then can hear the voices of foes. You know the witch ring in the first Dark Souls that let you hear that one person? That's what this is, pretty much. You can talk to one NPC thanks to that. And then you have that stuff.
Nothing suited you, I presume.
Over here you have your armor seller. He will sell you tons of cool, neat armor. Including boss armor. So if you care about boss armor, then you should keep him around. However, the armor he has on him, if you know where I'm going, the armor he has on him will let you gain more souls from defeating enemies. So... You can buy like a certain amount of stuff from him and then he'll start giving you better things. Or you can take some armor from him. You can take some armor. He may be a little tough, so don't let him kill you. I guess he wasn't that tough. But anyway, pick up. And then you get to have his armor. It's in this tab, this one. So, increases number of souls acquired. Increases souls. And these are cumulative. Increases souls. And increases souls. So you look a little goofy, but you get a good amount more souls from all this. And since we got the Estus shard, we actually have to go back to the level up lady. At some point she'll move over here near the rocks. And then it'll be slightly less of a walk to level up. And now we get to have 2 Estus flasks, yay! Instead of just 1. They give you only 1. Can I level up again? No. Sorry lady, I did not mean to look at your behind. As I leveled up. Anyway, you have 2 paths to choose from the start of the game. You have that path, which seems more obvious, and then you have this path, which is kind of hidden away. This is the easier path, and that is the more difficult one, and we will be going with this path, at least for now. There are enemies that can give you better things on this path. However, you can get a nicer shield and ring on the other path. And then here you have bones, homeward bones, and also a covenant. The Covenant of Champions. This will make the game harder. Champions tablet. I have never really messed around with this. View the names of glorious champions. So if you don't want the game to be harder, and trust me, you don't want this game in particular to be harder, because it's, I reiterate, the worst Dark Souls game. You want to join a different covenant. And I could have probably went to the cat lady, but whatever, I'm on my way now to this guy. Abandoned covenant. There is no
in a rush.
There is no punishment for abandoning covenants in this game. There was in the original version of Dark Souls 1, but in every version since then, they have just removed that. I guess Forest of Fallen Giants would be the better way to go overall, instead of Hyde's Tower of Flame, which is where I'm going. Because that way I can get the covetous Silver Serpent Ring, and also a shield. And also some of the best armor in the game, literally. Look, it's a shield, technically. It's a Piri shield, but it's still a shield. 75% resistance, which means like 25% of the attack will hurt you. For some reason this gate, you open it up and then it slams down. I don't know why, maybe it's like a load zone thing. When will you slam? And then, also for some reason, there is a way up there to open the gate again. So I'm just like, well, why doesn't the gate just stay open? Because you will never run back through there, because in this game they decided to have warping available from the start of the game. So now you don't even need to walk through these areas again. No need to re-explore areas, for the most part. These guys give you a lot of souls, so if you want to, you can just grind out this whole area until the enemies stop spawning, because they decided that the enemies should stop spawning at some point in this game. And that isn't for all enemies, that is just for a lot of enemies. Some enemies spawn infinitely, some enemies stop spawning at some point. So it's just a mess. This game is one big mess. But also anyway, I must bring this up. You saw the short way we walked to get there, yes. Yes, you did. So, we went in there and walked a little bit and got all the way over there. That is the Hyde's Tower of Flame right there. And now we will go in there and then walk a little bit and end up way over there. That distance is more believable, but still, it's like, man, how, what? If you look back here, there's a treasure chest. They like to hide treasure in all corners of all these games. Rusted coin. That makes you able to find items off of enemies easier. But only for a short period of time. Don't want you having too easy of a time getting items. Oh, also that guy I killed, he can give you better shields than this one. I think he can give you like 90% shields. You can run and jump that, but you also can just walk around. Because that over there is the entrance you would have come out of from the cave. Or rather, the exit. There's a big one-eye guy over there. He doesn't give you much, and he doesn't infinitely spawn, but he respawns. Oh yay, the backstab worked. Usually when you backstab in this game, it just doesn't work. But we'll see plenty of that at some point. Don't miss out on this bonfire. Very easy to miss. There are some bowmans over here. And also some regular mans. I tried to two-hand there, but it didn't let me. Why you no let me two-hand Dark Souls 2? It is in your name. Up here we have a massive, huge ambush. That said, if you just take out the enemies very slowly, then it is not an ambush. It is made to trick you into, like, running around this whole arena and activating all these guys. But you can just walk through. Just walk through them. You also get a lot less stamina to play around with in this game. See, like, 2 or 3 swings is completely depleting me. Oh, apparently that was a backstab. How about that? So one last trick in this area. Once you start climbing this, an enemy will start climbing down. So you have to climb onto it and then climb off. And then he starts climbing down. And then you're like, aha, I have killed you. There's a jump you can make over there, but you pretty much need the butterfly wings to get over there. Eventually, at some point, you can get butterfly wings and they let you jump huge gaps like that. But anyway, look at that tree line and how terrible it looks. And look at that over there, it's just plain flat ground. No part in Dark Souls 1 looked this bad. My goodness. And this is the start of the game. This is them putting their best foot forward. Thanks, Dark Souls 2. And the tree line does not get any better. But anyway. Item up here. And Firebomb Man. And Jump Man, like Mario. Short sword, in case you don't like your swords long. Somehow that distance hurt me. Okay. Thanks, Dark Souls. 2 in particular. Either way you go here, it's an ambush. There are like 3 guys in there. And then there's one guy over there who jumps at you instantly. Come at me. Where's the third man? There he is. How did that not hit you? I swung my sword. How did it not hit? Look at how my weapon is at half health already. Hello? Boxes? Nice janky boxes. I would expect nothing more from Dark Souls 2. I dodged and it hit me. Why? Incredible. Incredible. Incredible game. Life gems. More and more life gems. It's almost as if they want me to use them. Thanks for hitting the stairs there, and also thanks for locking onto the enemy who was right behind me. How could you miss? He was 2 feet in front of you. Plunging attack? Of course it didn't work. Nothing works in Dark Souls 2, not even the plunging attack. They added that archer to that area over there, and now he can shoot you when you're over here. Because in the original version of the game, that archer was not there. I'm telling you. He was trying to run out and surprise me, but since I got behind him, he just kept running out. Incredible. Incredible game design. Breathtaking. Here is a chop lady who you want to get into the... You want to get her back into Majula. So, like, talk to her, and then she will eventually leave. And then buy her key. This will unlock the blacksmith. So you need this key. She also sells life gems. It's almost as if they want you to use them or something. And spells. Armor. Weapons. Eventually she sells you the Silver Serpent Ring. I think I have to buy stuff from her though. Stuff that is worth more money. So I guess I'll do life gems. Thank you kindly, stranger. And then I'll use my souls to get more. Just in the hopes that she will soon have the Silver Serpent Ring. Because that's how some shops work in this. You have to dump a ton of money into them before they start selling you good things. This door cannot be opened. You have to attack the door to open it. What? Really? I was attacking it, game. I feel like something might be in here with me, but whatever. And then there's a guy behind the door, because of course there is. And then there's this thing. Small white soapstone. You can now be summoned by other people. Yay. But the visibility of your summon sign, like the amount of worlds it goes to, is pretty low. If you use that now. You can bomb this corner of the wall, and it might explode barrels on the other side of it. And if those barrels explode, then you can open up a shortcut. It isn't that short, but it is a shortcut. Come on, man. Stinking wall almost got me killed. By the way, the punishment for dying in this game is a little harsher You lose some of your health bar, and eventually you'll go down to half your health bar. And then you can use like this game's version of a humanity to get it back up. Get it all back up. But anyway, Turtle Knight. Turtle Knight can explode things by hitting them hard enough. So look, explosive barrel. Most of his health is gone. But he hits harder than most enemies in this area. Probably because he was taken from a different part of the game and dumped here. Literally. Well, there he goes. There's a firebomb man. Firebomb man, firebomb me. I said firebomb me. Okay, it has to be right on. Don't go up there yet, or else you'll activate a boss fight. Unless that's what you want to happen. Oh, hello there. Just standing on some boxes, are you? Get in, get out. Hilarious, always hilarious. And they exploded those barrels for me. Which means more enemy deaths for me. Thanks, thank you. Uh-huh. Incredible, incredible combat. Wow. Come on. Work, game, work. Why are you able to kill the NPC? This NPC is your version of Solaire. He will give you the white soapstone for real, the real one. And yet the enemies can just kill him like that. So do I have... By the way, we just got an incredible spell. For like this early on in the game. Great Soul Arrow. It's just sitting right there. But do we have a better shield yet? 85. And binoculars. 85 shield is better than 75 shield. Here you have chest, but it is trapped. With either poison or arrows. Titanite shard. This is another door that you cannot open. You have to knock on it, and then the enemies will open it for you. Thanks, wall. Duh. Why? Why do you do this to me? What? The enemies are so derpy. And then they do something like that and almost kill me instantly. And yet some people are like, you don't need shields in this Dark Souls game. Like, really, man? Really? And then some people are like, you don't need lock-on in this Dark Souls game. Come on. What are you talking about? We just got the life ring, which means our life can increase. Our maximum HP by 50 points. That's just 20 points more than the Covenant ring. That's not that high. What? You saw how the body flopped right there? What I think is what I think happened is the environment up here loaded again, and the body appeared in the air, and then it landed on the ground, and then This playthrough will be incredible.
Hello there. What?
Anyway, he's like, hey, look, there's stuff in there. You should go in there. But, ooh, am I being cheeky about that? And the gate closes. At least eventually it does. There it goes, the gate closes. And you're stuck in here with tons of enemies after you. So was he bad guy or was he not bad guy? Was he innocent bystander? Okay. You can say what you want to, game, but I don't think that was very fair of you. They can stagger me infinitely. Dude. Shield makes it instantly easier. Instantly, incredibly easier. So to those who say you don't need shields, take that. Yes, the hidden passageway. In this game, sometimes you hit X on a wall, and it will just open up a passageway. Or rather, whatever button is at the bottom of your controller, on the right side. I guess that wasn't a wall I could open. Where? Down there, they're down there, hacking away at a tree, man. Hey you, that wasn't totally kind of you, man.
Well, I see you managed to. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. Oh.
Yes, white soapstone. Must talk to these people 1 billion times before they give you the actual thing that you are seeking. There's some stuff up there. I should probably get it. I think it's like a crossbow up there. I know nothing happened. Give me the life gem. Let's see how many different healing items we have already. We have that life gem. We have this life gem. We have restores spell uses, so a spell healing item for spells. And then full HP. We just have a full HP recovery right off the bat. Why not? Why not have it? And then I think that these can also restore HP. Yes, slightly restore HP. Or you can trade them with the crows. So, we have how many? We have 5 different healing items. And this is the start of the game. Thanks Dark Souls 2. Light crossbow. There's a torch you can light, or you can light your torch on the torch. And then there's a torch that we just got. I don't know if there is a plunging attack in this game, now that I think about it. Why did you run in front of me? You could have attacked me from where I was. Now you're making me mad that you didn't attack me. You silly monsters. Do I have repair powder? I might need repair powder, because look at my weapon health. More life gems. Incredible. Incredible. something just died over there. I don't know what or how. Do the kick thing. Yeah, that's your kick, by the way. You knock their weapon away instead of kicking. That's not what I meant to do. Get up, man. Do you want to live? Or do you want to Dark Souls die? The thing about Dark Souls is that death was not a main gameplay mechanic. I mean, technically it was, but it wasn't something that you played the game for. Was to die over and over. Oh, do I not have the stats for that? Yay. Foot soldier sword. I suppose that works for now. He could finish me off there, but no, he decides to just do an awkward sidestep. Weird enemy behavior. Walk this way and then don't let the weird turning radius kill you at random. And yeah, here's another enemy ambush. How many is that now? Like 5, maybe more? And again, this is the start of the game. This is the way that they open it to you. Halberd. $7,000 souls. That's quite a bit of level ups. That's like 7 level ups. I think there is a lizard, a crystal lizard that lives in here. But who cares about the stinking lizard? Broadsword, made weapon, foot soldier sword, secondary weapon, and then shield, cardboard shield, because that's what it looks like. It looks like cardboard, but it does like 90 instead of 85, which makes it one of the best shields so far. And now we have opened up the way to the entrance, and also the way to the boss. Which means we can bone out of here. And use all of these souls. Level up. It's my souls and I'll level if I want to. I have almost 10,000 souls. Oh boy. And yet we cannot use them at the current bonfire. We have to go to Majula and go to the level up lady. Because that's a good idea, yeah. What an incredible idea. Anyway. So many stats. So many confused stats. You have vitality, which is equip load, and then you have endurance, which is actual stamina. I guess I'll get these up to a good place, and then strength up to 15, and vigor, and adaptability, because those will be our 3 main stats. This will be a strength run, I believe. And yeah, I think that was it. And now we can actually beat the boss. You see, they put in all these different little things that just slow the game down. That's one reason why this game is going to be a whole lot slower than Dark Souls 1. One reason being that I'm going to get most of the items that I can, just because it makes the game a whole lot easier. And I never know which... sometimes I don't know where the needed items are. Some items you can sell at some point, so they're useful for at least a lot of souls. Look, an enemy right outside of the boss chamber, just to trip you up yet again. And then here you have Pate, mild-mannered Pate, and Sellsword Luet. They are NPCs, you can summon them if you wish. This game, it doesn't matter if you summon or not, because the game is just so broken on every level. Ow. Why? Why have you forsaken me? The last final giant. I feel like lock-on is much more necessary in Dark Souls 2, because of how janky it is to hit the enemies. Just to hit them. Oh yeah, he tears off his arm because he wants to use it like a big sword. Okay. See how slow the drinking of the Estus is? It's so slow that it will get you killed on many of occasion. Many of occasion. I think it's of many occasion. Also, the music just cuts out abruptly once the health bar hits 0. Defeated the last giant. Yay! And now I can use his soul. And we have the... Why did that fade away? We also have the soldier key, which means we can open up more doors around here. But, soul. Kill his soul forever. There are boss weapons in this game, but they're a lot more obtuse to get to, if you can believe that. And now we have almost 20,000 souls. There is another boss in this area, but we're not going to beat him for a little bit. One thing that I do like about Dark Souls 2 is after you've sprinted for a while, the character will take a moment to like catch their breath from the sprint. That's one little thing that I like about Dark Souls 2. And I think that it would be neat if the other games had that too. Move away, lady! I should probably... Finally she moved away, but I should probably buy her Pharos Lockstone. It's good to just have as many of those as possible. You never know when you'll need one. And that might be enough to... No. I'll also buy the Fragrant Branch, because that also unlocks stuff. And then that might be enough for her to get new items. At least after a reload of the area. Seek lest. Incredible dialogue. Incredible. You have to hear it every single time. So it better be incredible. Anyway, we can open up this guy's shop. And then, next time we reload the area, or at least sit at the bonfire, he will be working away as a blacksmith. And we can upgrade our weapons. And we get a short bow too. So we're benefited with all the benefits. Yeah, see him over there on the very left-hand corner of the screen? Not corner, but like left-hand side. He's hammering away. But anyway, things betwixt. We're getting another Estus flask shard. And then we'll have 3 Estuses. Or is it Estusi? Anyway, there's this guy. You need to use a Fragrant Branch of Yore. You didn't need that to get in this area in the original version of the game, and there wasn't a shard here in the tutorial section in the original version of the game, but whatever. Whatever. Not that I'm complaining, why would I be complaining about this game of all games? I don't know what hit me or why. I guess that was an arrow from that guy over there. Yeah. Thanks for arrowing me, Arrow Man. Ow. So what you want to do is you want to use one of these before you drop down here. Because then you'll take lots of damage. But also there's these guys. Come on, don't petrify me. Petrify is instant death. And yet again we have another ambush. There's your flask shard. But here... you have to climb this ladder while this guy is shooting at you. Thank goodness he wasn't shooting at me while those guys were attacking me. But yeah, we have yet another ambush in the game. Have you got your ambush counter going? You'd better, because there's gonna be a whole lot more. Down there, you can get in that floating coffin. Okay. You can get in that floating coffin down there and change your character's gender. They found a way to make it real easy in the lands of Lordran. Or I guess that's what these lands are, just like hundreds of years later or whatever. But now that's that way opened up. And if you want to get to the crow for trading, you have to go this way. You know, just a highly important game mechanic. That could get you super high-end weapons right at the start of the game. Or materials. There's another ambush. You're supposed to be walking along and then he comes at you from behind. In a surprise. Like I did with that guy. Dagar. I guess he's chosen not to fight today. Another bowman. Life gems. So many life gems. How many life gems do I need? I'm cycling through all these stinking health things. There's the crows, and here is a ladder for you to get up to them easier, slightly easier. So here's the thing, you take the thing, you leave the thing, and then you can leave as many things as you want. Just do it one at a time or else it doesn't work. And then they just give it to you instantly. Dark Knight Stone. And also Twinkling Titanite. I suppose that's worth it. Item. Soul of a Nameless Soul Man. And that's most of what you can do in this area. So let's level up and then go back to the Hyde's Tower of Flame, and then we'll be done with things for today. It feels like we haven't done anything, but it also feels like so much has happened. But really it feels like we haven't done anything,
However,
because Dark Souls 2 just takes forever to get going anywhere. Yay, statuses. I think I need like 20 strength for the weapon that I want. So I should probably get to 20 strength. I need to buy more things from her apparently. Oh yeah, you can buy these infinitely now. You can just buy infinite life gems.
thank you.
Just tell me when you get new things. Oh! She just gives you the Silver Serpent Ring. And it's +1, so it's even better than... it's even better than the regular one. So now we get even more souls from enemies. Yay! You can find the regular Serpent Ring in an area we have not stumbled across yet. But she just gave us a better Serpent Ring. Just gives it to you. You have to spend like 10,000 souls or something on her. But, let's just test it out. We got like 497 souls from this guy earlier. So let's see how much we get now. 596. That's a pretty good increase. 99 souls. By the way, I forgot something. So instead of getting it next time, I'm getting it now. The thing that I forgot. And then you'll have like a little bit more video to sit through. And what we're getting is highly important, because as you've seen, just pretty much everything likes to damage you for either for a reason or for no reason in this game. So we will get something that will mitigate that a little bit. That is, if you like just waiting around. That said, if you're not doing a video series, you can just wait around. You can just take damage, kill the enemies, and then wait while this ring heals you. It is the Ring of Restoration. Restoration, even. It gradually restores HP. Very gradually. Very, very gradually. Unfortunately, I can't see my current status of HP. But you can see the bar and how slowly it's filling up there. It's inching along. Grand Lance, if you like lances. Then there's a knight over there. We don't have to face that knight yet. But we will want to go through that door at some point eventually. Eventually at some point. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have for this video. And next time, who knows, something else might happen. We might actually do something next time. But that's Dark Souls 2 for you. And there's gonna be a lot more of Dark Souls 2. For either good or for bad. Until the next video, goodbye, fellow human person. Person.